Hi guys, welcome back to a Romanian Resurgence. My name is Chris, aka Big Will, and today we have two league games for you. We're up against Concordia Chiajna, and we follow it up with a game against Diedhiou Craiova. Hopefully, we can continue our decent run of form. We finally started to win games, and what we've actually done is we've reverted to the formation that we were using previously with the tactical side of things. We changed it for the cup tie against Afumati, and we won 3-1 in that one. And then we've had 4 league games without defeat, a 2-0 win at home against Hermannstadt, 2-1 away at Voluntari, 2-0 at home to Craiova, and a 2-all draw against title challengers CFR Cluj. And we then won 4-0 away in the cup against Faro Constanta, courtesy of a red card, but we were winning the game at that point anyway. So going into these two games, hopefully we can continue that run of form. Like I say, it's good to see that we've managed to make that improvement. And because of that, we now are sat 7th in the league. Obviously, when the league splits, we're hoping to get into that top 6. But if not, then obviously we'll be in this relegation part of the zone. We just need to get as many points on the board as possible at this stage and see where we end up. But hopefully, we can continue to build on our recent run of form. It would be nice to carry that on. As you can see from the league table as well, Rapid Bucharest currently 5 points clear of our rivals FCSB. Cluj have got a game in hand, which if they win that, obviously there'll only be a 2-point gap. But it's all very, very tight at the top of the table. And to be honest, even in the mid-table area, it is looking quite tight at the moment. But our run of results recently has allowed us to just extend a little bit of a gap to some of the chasing pack. And again, as I mentioned, hopefully we can do the same today. So going into these two games, based on our recent matches, hopefully we can get at least 3 points on the board, probably from this game. The game against Craiova coming up, they're sat in 5th place at the moment with us sat in 7th, so that is a bit of a tougher game. Concordia just down a little bit further in the pecking order in the league at the moment. Diedhiou and Juric currently out injured, so Migueles is going to come in on that left-hand side. Michael has started to play regularly in defensive midfield. Other than that, the squad is as it would be normally. We are looking at bringing in a defensive midfielder, a Belgian player, and hopefully he will sign very, very soon because he can also actually play at right back. So it would give us a little bit more manoeuvrability and cover in those areas. And Sergio Romero has hinted that he could retire within the next few weeks. Initially, he signed a contract till the end of the season anyway, but he has said that he wants to retire with a pretty much immediate effect. We've asked him to delay it until the end of the season. He will come back to us in a week or two, so we'll have to see what happens in terms of that. We may have to go into the market again for another goalkeeper. So far, no highlights. 25 minutes gone. Very cagey start to the game, but hopefully we can just build a little bit of momentum and find ourselves in front here with Kamara in possession. Regazetti coming down this right-hand side, plays it forward to Negut, who couldn't get onto it. The pass was a little bit overhit, and the keeper launches it forward. It's a good header from Majoro, and Matai picking it up in the midfield on that left-hand side. Just about holds on to possession, has got a bit of support, finds Migueles, and now Ajoro. Chance to get past his man, plays it forward to Migueles, and Migueles scores. It's actually his first goal of the season. He's not really seen an awful lot of game time, which is a bit harsh considering how good a season he had last time out. But Diedhiou has been playing well on that left-hand side. And yeah, it's just been one of those situations. He's just not quite maintained that level so far. But we have signed 1 or 2 better players this year. So obviously he does rate a little bit less than what he did last year. But that's a really good start in the end. Half an hour gone. We have a 1-goal advantage. So far, dominating the play as well. A number of attempts at goal. Chiajna just with the 1 attempt so far. And possession-wise, we're looking good as well. Michael here into Matai. Back to Matai Marin. And now Ajoro down the left-hand side. Plays it into Migueles again. And Migueles has scored again. But he may have been offside. I don't think he timed his run that time. He may have just gone a little too early, which is a bit of a shame. But it's actually been given. So he's managed to bag his 2nd goal of the game. It was a really good run. He I mean, it's very much borderline. We don't see the lines. It's not something I've got turned on at the moment, but that was very, very close. But he timed his run to perfection, and we now have a 2-goal advantage. And it's played over the top by Horvath, and it's a good effort there from Pavlov, but it goes over the crossbar. Almost an immediate reply there from Chiajna, but a 2-goal advantage here at half-time. We're looking good to continue this run of form, thanks in no small part to Pau Migueles. A very good first half from him. We'll tell the lads to stay focused in the second half. We still have that issue with complacency. I'm trying to get more coaching badges. Financially, the club is in a lot better position. So I'm hoping that when I start picking up a little bit in the coaching badge area, we will start to see players respond a little bit more to the situations we find ourselves in. We're just struggling fitness-wise with 1 or 2 players, and I think I'm going to make a couple of changes. Nothing really happening so far in the second half. Della Rivera can come on that right-hand side for Negut, who's been a bit quiet today, to be fair, but he is struggling fitness-wise. Michael Dorat is going to come off as well. We'll bring Papaguay on for him. And then Regazetti struggling at right back. So we'll move Matai Marin out to right back. We've been doing this quite regularly, incidentally, with the right back role. We have been struggling in that position. Dieng can come on at centre back. With 20 minutes to go, potential for another goal here. Della Rivera with a free kick. It's a great effort, and he's clipped the outside of the post. He just couldn't quite get enough swerve on the strike there. But that was a really good effort from him. As he gets down this right-hand side again, chance to get it into the penalty area, has to lay it back, and Gueye picks it up into David Mata on the edge of the penalty area. What a save from Omasola. That was a fantastic piece of goalkeeping from the Chiajna goalkeeper. And Ajuro, with the resulting corner, swings it in. It's an outswinger toward that far post, and Omasola did really well to make the claim. I've got it set as in-swingers in terms of tactically, so why we're doing outswings, I'm not sure, but set-piece takers are something that we are a little bit short on, unfortunately. Again, we'll just pause there for a moment. Again, struggling fitness-wise with 1 or 2 players. Dimitri can come on for Pau Migueles. He's had a very, very good game. He has taken a slight knock as well. Not worth risking him. And then in terms of the midfield, Matai can come off for Florescu, who's not seen a lot of game time, to be fair. I thought he'd be playing a lot more Florescu, but he's just not been able to break into the team, unfortunately, for him. So it could be that in time, could be one of those players that we brought in for free and we make a profit on. Marin plays it forward, looking for Dimitri. It's a bit of a miss-hit, really, and Chiajna looking to try and build here. Horvath into Butafai. Back to Horvath. And now Kinte into Pop in that midfield area. Karagia going down the left-hand side, gets around Matai Marin, who's got to be careful because he is on a yellow card. Vasilev into Mbaye. Good run there. Now Pop with the strike, and that's a good save from Chetkovic. And incidentally, within this run of fixtures that we've had where we've managed to pick up these wins, Chetkovic has been outstanding in goal as well. And unfortunately, it's kept Sergio Romero out of the team. And of course, at the age Romero is in, he's not going to break into the side now, unfortunately. And I think it's a bit of a shame, really. I don't want him to leave just yet. I think he'd be a very, very worthy backup goalkeeper. But we'll see what his decision is in a few weeks' time, probably. Here is Ajuro. Tries to get it into the penalty area. It's a good block by the defender, and it's out for another corner. And it's going to be Florescu to take. And again, it's going to be an outswinger, incidentally. Swung in toward that far post, and the keeper's completely missed it, and it's gone for Kamara, who couldn't... I mean, he directed the header quite well, but he just got underneath it a bit too much, and it's out for a goal kick. And Moyes here, with the delivery to the near post, Pop's glancing header goes just over the crossbar, not troubling Chetkovic there, and we hold on for that 2-0 victory. It's been a very, very good performance overall. We didn't let Chiajna create an awful lot defensively. We looked fantastic today. And very creative from the central midfield. Matai and Dorat playing very well. And of course, Migueles, the difference maker, with the 2 goals today. Diedhiou, he's a very good player, but he is frustrating me. He's not getting enough goals. He had a big drought in front of goal, and then he managed to bag a brace in one of the matches recently. And yeah, it's just getting that regularity. And again, it's the same old story. We're lacking a proper out-and-out goal scorer, but at least we're contributing in various positions at the moment. That win does boost us up to 5th place. Obviously, there are teams with games in hand, and the game against Craiova next could be vital. They've got a game in hand, but if we beat them, we would then stay above them because our goal difference, despite the number of defeats we had at the start of the season, our goal difference is quite good. Concordia have actually just had a takeover completed as well, so could be a team to keep an eye on, that is for sure. But a really good performance, as I mentioned, and we've got just a couple of days, incidentally, until that game against Craiova, so bear with me. We'll just get through a couple of bits and pieces, and we'll be back for that one, and hopefully this form will continue. Okay then, guys, here we go for the game against Craiova. Hopefully we can continue and get another good result today. Miguelez unfortunately will miss out today because of injury. So Dimitru is going to come in on that left-hand side. Otherwise, the squad is unchanged. You will notice we've actually unregistered Romero. I'm not too sure why that's happened. We have signed our new midfielder. So Damian Pavlovic is a Belgian player. He's a very good quality player as well, to be quite honest. We're bringing him in to be that deep line playmaker in the midfield, a proper designated player for that position. He can also play at right back, so we'll have extra cover in that position as well. And overall attributes, I think he's going arguably one of the best players at the club. So hopefully he can prove that as time goes on. Until this is all sorted with Sergio Romero, we have unregistered him, but we've got every opportunity to re-register him back into the squad anyway. So hopefully we can get things sorted with him. Obviously, there's a little bit of to and fro-in with the situation, but again, hopefully we can get it all sorted very, very quickly. And if we can get another result today, that would be ideal. Um, they've got some very good players in the squad. It is going to be a difficult one today, as I mentioned before. In terms of the league table, we have dropped down a little bit following recent results as well. It's all very tightly compact between 5th place and 7th or 8th place. But if we can get a result today, we are very much in the running. That's a great delivery into the penalty area. Matai Marin with a lovely header at that far post. Negu with a great delivery. And as I mentioned before, in terms of tactical training, we always tend to do the in-swinger. Why we did the outswingers in the previous match, I've no idea, but it's a great header that from Matai Marin, leaping above his marker, and we take a very good early lead, and that pushes us up to 5th place now on the same number of points as Craiova, but with that better goal difference. And we're within touching distance of 4th place Sepsi as things stand as well. That's a great little bit of play there. And Diedhiou with a reverse header. That's a really good header, incidentally, from Diedhiou. I'm not too sure how he managed to get all of that power onto it to take it back across the face of goal. He clipped the woodwork. Very unlucky not to have put us further ahead at this early stage. Here is a Juro into Michael. And now Dorat into Matai. And now Diedhiou. Good touch from him, lays it back into a Juro. Cuts inside to Diedhiou. That's a nice little flick over the top. Dimitri not quite able to get there. It's a poor clearance, and Negu was there. And I'm guessing he headed that. The animation of it wasn't particularly clear, but he got the strike away. But it was very comfortable for the keeper to deal with. Marin again with a good header, but Dorat didn't react quickly enough to it. And Ivan there with the effort, and it's a good save. In fact, it's an excellent save from Chetkovic. He kept himself big, stayed stood till the last second, and managed to make the save. It's a very even game, incidentally. We have created a few more opportunities, had a lot more possession, but so far the set-piece goal is what differs the two sides as things stand approaching half-time. And again, like I say, it's been a very good performance so far. We just need to get that goal-scoring aspect of our game from a proper out-and-out striker. We just need to get that going. If we can, I think we could be a very dangerous side. Diedhiou, unfortunately, has. I mean, he's done well since coming in, but he's not been that out and out goal scorer that we wanted, unfortunately. Ajoro here with a free kick to that far post, and it's a decent header. And it was actually Diedhiou again who managed to win that one. But he's just not quite done enough to be that out and out goal scorer. Obviously, the players that aren't playing first team regular are playing for our under-19s to keep fitness up and whatnot. So in terms of player rotation, it is a little bit more difficult to do because obviously fitness is a little bit hit and miss. And I'm not too sure what's happened here. I think Kamara may have fouled and a penalty has potentially been given here. The penalty has been awarded. So we've conceded the penalty. I think it was Kamara who did the deed there. It's Ivan with the effort and it's a comfortable finish. Chekovic didn't get near it. And Andre Ivan with his 10th goal of the season. And that is the key thing. That is what we're missing. A proper number 9 to get the goals for us. It's one apiece. Is it deserved? Probably not. I think we should be ahead in the game. We've had twice as many attempts, but they've actually had more on target. We'll offer some encouragement to the lads. Obviously, it has only been a couple of days since our previous match as well. Popescu launching it forward there. It's a good header that time from Kamara. And now Negut trying to get down that right-hand side. He's absolutely shattered, incidentally. He's done really well to beat the fullback, though. He gets the cross in. Diedhiou is there, and he's headed it over the crossbar. He's got to hit the target there. He really does have to do better. He really, really needed to score there. De La Rivera is going to come on that right-hand side for Negut, who, again, as I mentioned, is absolutely shattered. And again, we've not really got too many options defensively. Michael's going to go to left back. And we'll get Bruno Enrique on in that playmaker role. Matai Marin is struggling, incidentally, so we'll get Daniel Celia, a little bit more experience in there at centre-back. He's actually complacent. Why is he complacent at this stage? It's one apiece. This is what I don't really understand. It's been the same throughout the last season or two, as you've seen. On numerous occasions, we just have a very complacent set of players at times. Very, very strange, to be quite honest. We're going to get George Bocker on for Diedhiou as well, I think. It's no disrespect to Diedhiou. He's done really well at times. But that chance that he's just missed, he has to hit the target in those situations. A man of his experience should do a lot better. Diedhiou with a free kick here into Cretu, back to Zashkov, and now Zarate. Plays it through. Basilio's in behind. I mean, Resurgence didn't even track him. That's dreadful defending from the right back. And Craiova take the lead, and we're heading for our first defeat in 7 matches. And we're going to go very attacking here because we really need to get the result, to be honest. And again, I mean, Basilio timed his run to perfection, but Resurgence has got to do so much better to track that. I don't give any blame to Chekovic there either. That was all down to Resurgence. We're going to demand more. Can we find a way of getting the draw? Again, look at the number of attempts at goal. Our XG is superior to theirs as well. We've just not, again, it's that goal scoring aspect from our strikers. We just seem to lack it. Chidera gets there ahead of Celia. Plays it into Basilio. And again, he's in behind Resurgence so easily. Kamara does well, but couldn't stop it. And Ivan is there to make it 3-1. And Resurgence, question marks there for both of those goals. I mean, he didn't track that. I mean, he just completely let him run. Very, very poor. I mean, Kamara did somewhat well to get possession off Basilio, but it still fell nicely for their main man up front. 11th goal of the season for him. And they've ended up with a better XG, even though they've had less chances. And yeah, it's our first defeat for quite some time. And we'll tell the lads that they weren't good enough. I'm not going to just give them the benefit of the doubt because that was a very poor last 20 minutes or so. And we certainly have work to do, that is for sure. And going forward, I'm not entirely sure where we're going to end up. In terms of the way the schedule looks, it's a little bit compact with fixtures here and there. Probably, I mean, it's only 4 games, but we'll probably come back for the last those two games in December, and then we'll get our way through January and come back probably for the last 2 games in February and do it that way, I think. So we've got Argas away and Sepsi at home in December, and hopefully we can recover from that relatively quickly. But again, I mean, Diedhiou got the brace against CFR Cluj, incidentally. But other than that, we haven't actually had a striker score since Diedhiou got a brace in that 5-0 win against Cluj in August. So you can tell exactly what the problem is. Can we get our strikers firing? Until next time, guys, thank you very much for your support. Please like, subscribe to the channel. It is all greatly appreciated. I will see you all next time. This is Big Will, signing away.